Hey there, friends. Welcome to today's episode of Soar Centered with Meetu Mohanty, where we break down big ideas into relatable, real life conversations. I'm your host, and today we are talking about what it means to be off centered, and wait for it, soaring centered. Now, before you think, oh, another abstract leadership chat, let me promise you, it's anything but. Picture this. It's Monday morning. Your coffee spills on your freshly ironed shirt. Your inbox is bursting with urgent emails. And suddenly, your team asks, "So, what's the plan?" Off-centered much? Oh, we're just getting started. Off-centered leadership, the chaos within. Let's begin with what being off-centered looks like. Think of a wobbly shopping cart with one stubborn wheel. Ever try pushing one of those? That's what it feels like when you're off-centered. You're expending energy in all directions, but you're not really moving forward. In real life, being off-centered might look like snapping at one of your colleagues because your morning didn't go as planned. Forgetting why you started a project because you're too buried in tasks. Feeling like an overworked circus performer juggling flaming torches blindfolded. Funny thing, we've all been there. I once sent a reply all email when I meant to forward it. Guess who got my less than flattering opinion about the meeting organizer? Yep, the meeting organizer. That's off-centered in action, a state of reaction instead of intentionality. Centered leadership, the calm within the storm. Now, let's talk about being centered. Imagine a tree deeply rooted during a storm. The branches may sway, but the tree stands firm. That's when you're centered, calm, intentional, and grounded. Being centered doesn't mean everything's perfect. It means you're not swayed by chaos. In daily life, it looks like taking a deep breath before responding to that fiery email, saying no to something you can't realistically take on, having a clear sense of purpose that guides your decisions. Here's an example. Remember that inbox crisis? A centered leader doesn't panic. They prioritize, they delegate, and they finish their coffee because no one makes good decisions without caffeine. Well, you might just want to cut it too. Soaring centered leadership, the magic above the clouds. Now, what does it mean to soar centered? Picture an eagle flying above the storm. It's not just grounded, it's thriving. This is where leaders truly shine. Soaring centered leadership is about inspiring others while staying rooted in your values, seeing opportunities even in challenges, elevating your team to succeed, not just yourself. It's the difference between surviving and thriving. It's when you walk into a room and people think, this person knows where they're going and I want to follow. One of my favorite examples is the captain of a flight. When turbulence hits, they don't run up and down the aisle screaming, "We're doomed." No, they steady the plane, communicate calmly, and make sure everyone feels safe. That's soaring centered. Sharing with you 3 tips to stay centered and soar. Now that we've painted the picture, here are 3 actionable tips to move from off-centered to centered and maybe even soaring. 1. Pause before you react. Before responding to anything triggering, give yourself a moment. It could be a breath, a sip of water, or even stepping away. The goal is to respond, not react. A thought to ponder. Are your immediate reactions building the kind of relationships and culture you want? 2. Reconnect with your purpose. When tasks pile up and overwhelm creeps in, take a moment to ask, what's my why? Purpose brings clarity. Write it down if you need to. Post it where you can see it daily. 3. Empower others. Soaring-centered leaders don't do it alone. Delegate, mentor, and trust your team. It's not always about you doing everything. It's about empowering others to shine. Here's something to chew on as you go about your day. When was the last time you felt truly centered? Or better yet, soaring centered? What did that look like? How did that feel like? And how can you recreate that state more often? That's it for today's episode of So Centered with Meetu Mohanty. If this resonated with you, share it with someone who might need a reminder to pause, center, and soar. Until next time, stay grounded, stay intentional, and remember, leadership is a journey, not a destination. Take care and keep soaring. Hi, welcome to So Centered with Meetu Mohanty. I'm a life and leadership coach, an access consciousness and NLP practitioner. I support people to know that they know. Well, what does that even mean? What does it mean to soar centered? How do we rise high while staying grounded? What the heck is unleashing potential? What does being limitless feel like? And why do we say we already have everything we need? Let's explore these questions together, challenge perspectives, and discover what it truly means to be a leader and soar centered. कुछ बातों का मतलब, कुछ मतलब की बातें. क्या मतलब? Stay tuned and let's find out together.